right over the cap, we have this tool, the Contract Constructor. It's a very fun tool. I play with it all the time. Type in your player. All right, so it's going to pull in their initial contract details. All right, let me get this back over here so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so we're gonna delete this number out. So we said on the Tunsil deal, $24 million signing bonus, right? So we're gonna put that number in here. Got to add our years. It's going to be 3-year extension. Okay, no void years. We're not going to play that game. All right, so you see already the prorated money is already filling in for us. All right, so the first year, we're going to keep his salary pretty low at just $1.5 million because we want, like we said, we want to lower that cap number down. So look at there, it's already down to 24. That's about as low as we can get. I mean, we can do some crazy stuff with the contract, but I think for the sake of this argument, we'll kind of keep it a little more simple. And so right there, we've saved almost a little over $11 million in cap dollars for 2023. All right, so the following, and then on top of that, we're doing a full salary guarantee. All right, 2024, the big balloon payment comes in. $19.5 million base salary. And then I also have that salary being fully guaranteed at signing. And then I also have, we're doing, as we know Houston and we know Nick Caserio loves to do his per game roster bonuses. Almost every player is going to have them. It's going to be difficult to get them in on the Tunsil deal, but I think they're going to have something in there. So we'll put that per game roster bonus in here. It'll be LTBE, which is likely to be earned. We got the full guarantee salary here. So we start seeing our table start filling up. All right, year 3, 2025. We're going to put his salary at $21.5 million. This time we're not going to have any full guarantees. You know, we've already done 2 years worth. And since this is only a 3-year extension, I just can't foresee putting in any additional guarantees. We'll do what is called a vesting guarantee. So what we'll say is the 2025 year salary is guaranteed for injury only at signing. On the 5th day of the 2024 league year, that $15 million will become fully guaranteed. If I were to guess, Houston would want that vesting date to hold off until 2025, but I think for the sake of this negotiation, I think Tunsil will be able to get a year early vesting schedule. So essentially that money is only guaranteed for injury at time of signing. And come March 20th of 2024, that $15 million will shift up into the full guarantee category and be fully guaranteed for skill, cap, and injury. You'll see a lot of times people will say guaranteed for sick or SIC. That's for skill, injury, and cap. Those are the 3 categories for any type of dollar figure to be guaranteed. Is for salary, so you can't release the player due to salary cap reasons. Injury, you can't release the player due to injury reasons. And S is skill. I got confused. S is skill, so you can't release the player based on their lack of skill. I for injury, C for cap reasons. Okay. All right. So here we also have 255 in per game roster bonuses. All right, in 2026, 23,235. Now here I have some roster bonuses included in these 2 years. The reason why I put those in here, and it's always fun when I do these because I try to find a way to, it's hard. Are you on the team side of things or are you on the agent side of things? So I'm trying to find a way to be kind of in the middle and try to meet both sides. And so one thing that I am personally a fan of in in contracts, especially with veterans, is some type of roster bonus in the third, fourth years of the contract. Um, you do those, and I'll put the notes in here. So 2025 and 2026 roster bonuses due on the 5th day of the respective league year. They're not guaranteed for injury or anything like that. They're just scheduled to be paid out on the 5th day of the league year. So it gives the player a little bit of cash, prior to this, right at the front of the league year in March. But it also forces the team to make a decision. At this point in 2025, they would have a very big decision point. This money would already be guaranteed. So, they really wouldn't have much choice. But that's just another decision point. Maybe there's a trade on the table, something like that, and you want that 750,000 to go over to the next team. Same with year 4. Got that 750,000. Maybe his performance has dropped off, and you can't afford to keep him on the roster for this final year. Well, the team would have to make a decision before this money is paid out when it comes to a player release or something like that. So I think that's very important especially for aging veteran players, to get some kind of roster bonus in the third or fourth year of the contract. That way it puts the onus on the team to make a decision, because if they didn't, they could just sit on him all year, all season long, all through training camp, and then release him right before preseason. And his market is just plummeted and has no real options, would have to take a lower level deal. Whereas if the team knew that they weren't going to pay this roster bonus out, and you wanted to go ahead and release the player, then he's available in free agency and has a shot at making more money. So I think that's just a good decision point for all people involved. So let's see, and everything kick in here. So we got no guarantees in 2026. Got our per gamers. All right, so let's look at the table here. So we got 73.5 million in new money, 24.5 APY. I don't have a way to put. We'll put in incentives in here. I know Casario loves incentives, so we're going to put some not likely to be earned. So these are considered not likely to be earned at signing, especially a year in advance. But these will be 500,000 we'll say for Pro Bowl nominations for original ballot. So it's 1.5 million incentives for original ballot Pro Bowl. So it's 500K each season, 2024 to 2026. So that would make the max value jump up. You see it right there. It went up from 73.5 to a max potential value of 75 million, which would get him up to 25 million APY over the 3 years. Got our running cash numbers. So that's year by year. Here's the whole. Got the 45 through year 2, 67 and 92. So very strong numbers. The way these numbers are a little bit different than what I had in my spreadsheet. The way normally we would look at it is 2023 is, oh, this is all new money. Okay, that makes more sense. So I consider 2023 to be year zero, right? That's your extension year. 2024 is year one. That's your first new year, year two, year three. So that's why this 73.5 is shown up in year four when I had it as year three in mine. So that's why there's that difference there. But this is essentially the contract that I think would be pretty amendable between both sides. I think he's got some good, strong protections. He's got fully guaranteed salaries in 2023, 2024. We have an early vesting schedule for this 15 million in 2025. Hopefully the team would be able to push that vesting schedule back to the league year of 2025 instead of the year early, but I don't think that they would be able to. I think Tunsil's got some pretty strong leverage in this situation. So this, I bet, would be pretty dang close if I had to guess. And then, if the team needed to free up some money in 2024, they could do the good old restructure again and free up, close to probably $6 or $7 million in 2024. If they needed to do a restructure there, they could add on some void years to save more money, things like that. But I think this is pretty close. I think this is pretty amendable between all parties involved. If I had to guess, when Laremy Tunsil walks in that room, and he doesn't have a player agent, if he has a consulting group that helps him, they helped him on his current contract. It's the same group that helped DeAndre Hopkins. I think it's the same group that helped Roquan Smith. And then I think Bobby Wagner leaned on them a little bit as well. But if I know what I know, Tunsil's going to walk in that room with a number of probably 28 to 29 million APY as his first offer. And that's just the way it is. I mean, the player's going to come in super high. The team's going to come in super low, and then they're just going to kind of work and find their middle ground. So that would kind of be my guess. I know Tunsil, I know for a fact that when he walked in with the Bill O'Brien, Jack Easterby negotiation on his current deal, he walked in with 26 million APY. I know that for a fact. So, and then they ended up at 22 million. So he'll come in with a higher number. So I think it's pretty safe to say that 24.5, that's going to kill Trent Williams with his 23.01. Maybe the team can get it down below there, but man, Tunsil's got a lot of leverage on this, and I think this is going to be pretty close. So we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But that's more or less how you would use this contract constructor. So if you ever wanted to get over to over the cap, it's a free tool. It's up here at the top, Contract Constructor. It's also under the in the interactive area as well. We have a lot of tools on there, the cap calculator, the trade calculator, and now in the contract constructor. And so you just type in the player name and, add your years, start, do your signing bonus, put all your money in there, and then you can export it out and get a nice PDF with and you make sure you can put all your notes in here about what's guaranteed when, things like that. And it's just a really fun tool. I play with it quite a bit. I have, my spreadsheet that I do a lot of work with it as well. But, this is a good tool if you ever want to look at player extensions, free agents, anything like that. It's a really fun tool to play with. So